So question 11, there's a few different ways of answering this question. We're going to look at one way, that there are other ways as well. Okay, so we know the Eiffel Tower in Paris weighs approximately 8.56 million kilograms, which is about 9,440 tons. We know the Leaning Tower of Pisa in tons, and we want to work it out in kilograms. So a good idea is to write down what you know, what you've been told. So we know that 9,440 tons equals 8.56 million kilograms. Now I'd recommend straight away writing this out in full, so at the end you don't forget to that it's not 8.56, it's 8.56 million. So if I write that in full, I write it like that. So 9,440 tons is 8.56 million kilograms. Now I want to work out 14,500 tons. So what would be a good idea is to first of all work out, okay, so how many kilograms is 1 ton? So if we think about, right, how do I get from 9,400 to 1? I divide by 9,440. I will also do the same to this side then. This will tell me how many kilograms is equal to 1 ton. If you work that out on your calculator, you get something like this, and it goes on and on. So what I recommend you do, keep that number on your calculator. Don't round it yet because we haven't finished the question. Keep it as accurate as possible, so don't round it yet, keep that number stored on your calculator. Okay, we don't want 1 ton, we want 14,500 tons, which means we now want 14,500 of these, so we multiply by 14,500, which means we also multiply this by 14,500, and that will give you the answer that 14,500 tons is 13,148,305, etc. kilograms. So it doesn't actually say in the question how accurate you have to be, and in the math scheme, as long as your answer is 13 million around there, you can be as accurate as you want. Normally, if we don't know how accurate we need to be, we probably do to 3 significant figures. So we're going to say, right, that is around 13 million, rounding here, 100,000 kilograms. Okay. Last thing we need to do is to write this answer in standard form. So remember, standard form, you need to have a number between 1 and 10 times 10 to the power of something. So we're going to have a number times 10 to the power of something. So our number has to be between 1 and 10. So looking at what we've got here and using the numbers we've got, that means that our first number, it can't be 13.1 because that's bigger than 10, so we're looking at 1.31. Now we need to work out what our power of 10 is going to be. So because we've got a large number, it's going to be a positive power. If it was a really small number, 0.0000 something, it would be a negative power, but it's a large number, so it's a positive power. To work out what power it is, we look at where our decimal needs, how many places our decimal needs to move. So our decimal point starts off here, and we want to get it to here, because we want 1.31. It needs to move 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7 times, which means our power is 7. So your answer is 1.31 times 10 to the power of 7.